Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher. And if you've been following me, you know we've been doing the Labyrinth. And I decided I wanted to do a Labyrinth and mount it on a tile, a large tile. So I have been resistant in buying the Opus tiles because I just haven't felt I really wanted to do a big Opus tile. And but then I decided I would order one, and I ordered it and I absolutely fell in love with it. You can see that I am using, if you've ever had one, I'm using the back side of the Opus. So I'm just going to show you. Here's the Opus tile. They are 10.5 by 10.5, and this is the back side, and it has beautiful writing by Maria all around the outside edge. The back side is so beautiful that I mounted my Labyrinth on there and tangled in the corners just to give it some base. So here's the right side, and here's the wrong side, or the side I use because I just love the words. It just kind of went along with doing the Labyrinth and how I felt about it. So what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to take my Opus tile, and I'm going to take my completed Labyrinth that I did on brown, and I'm going to mount it on here. And I'm just going to mount it with some school glue. And this is just Elmer's school glue. It is disappearing purple ink. And I'm just going to do that, mount that on here. I'm just going to take my purple ink, and I don't want to put, it disappears, but I don't want to do it on the tile itself. So I'm going to set these aside, and I am going to just put my purple ink, and you can see that it's purple. And I'm just going to put it on the entire surface of my Labyrinth. And I cut my Labyrinth out with some deco scissors, so they look like they have little torn paper edges. And now I'm going to mount this on here, and the one thing about the school glue is it's going to give you a little bit of time to just kind of center this, and I'm just going to glue it right down to my Opus tile. And you will be able to get these on my website, and maybe even zoom in a little bit closer. You can see the deco edge, and I'm just going to go around this deco edge and just kind of echo it. I loved it when Maria did this on her video, and I just thought that it's like aura, taking an aura, and you go around. And you notice that well, maybe you can't see. Maybe I'm not in close enough. There we go. You can see that I'm just skipping over the writing, or even going right over the top. And I'm not real fussy about how exactly it goes. And if you, I don't know if we're going to be able to hear the rain, but it is coming down again. And so there we have it, just kind of outlined. And now I'm just going to pick each one of these little corners, and I'm going to do a tangle in them. And the first tangle I'm going to do is I'm going to do it up in this top corner, I think. And I'm going to do Sand Swirl. I love Sand Swirl, but you could pick any kind of tangle you want and put in there. I'm just going to put it in this little area right here. And Sand Swirl is a beautiful tangle that just comes up and you kind of color that in a little circle, and then you just aura. And we just aura the whole thing until we can't get any more in there. And sometimes mine are really even and sometimes they're not, but I'm okay with that. Now if I want it to be, I can bring another one out and I could just pop out of the corner of that anywhere. It just comes. And we're just going to fill in this area with Sand Swirl. And Sand Swirl is great because it can be Hollybod, meaning I draw under, of course. And I just think that that's just a fun little tangle. And I like to also enhance this tangle. Sometimes I will put my favorite, just some orbs in there. But you can see how that decal edge and that border just kind of makes it look like it's popping out from right underneath our labyrinth. So I'm going to go ahead and draw these, and I'm going to scan back out, and I'm going to go ahead and draw these, and then we'll do some shading. Now we're ready to do a little shading. I'm going to let this dry for a little bit just to make sure that it's set, and then I'll come back and do some shading. Okay, I am going to shade with a Prismacolor pencil and then blend with odorless paint thinner. So I'm just going to take this is kind of a terracotta. Well, actually it is. The pencil is terracotta. So I'm just putting a little bit of terracotta right in that curve line. So I'm using an odorless paint thinner. This is just plain odorless paint thinner. And I am going to moisten the tip in my odorless paint thinner. And then I'm going to blend that color pencil out. So we blend out that odorless paint thinner. And now I'm going to take my brown Pigma pen, and I'm going to fill in some of these little circles with my brown pen, just so I can get some of that same kind of contrast that I had here. I didn't have a dot there, but I'm going to put one there. And I could take my gold jelly roll and even give this some gold. Let's come in a little bit so you can see. I don't know how well the gold will show up. It does show up a little bit. You can, oops, you can see that metallic gold. And I like how that just gives it another little look. And we can take and put a little pencil in here over the top of that brown. I'm going to just give it a little bit more highlight. So I'm just putting some graphite over the top. And then I'll take a shading stump. I'll have to take a different one that doesn't have odorless paint thinner on it. And just give it a little bit more shading. And there we have our first corner piece done. And it's exciting. I'm really excited to have it mounted on my Opus tile. Oops. So you can see that it's going to be lots of fun. And our next lesson will add another tangle to the corner. Thanks again for watching and have a great day. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. New videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I think I'm going to have to call this Labyrinth on an Opus. How easy is that? Thanks again for watching and have a great day.